just me and my guitar.
Hey, what's happening guys? Mark here, Mark's Aquatics. I don't know if you can see in front of you there, but I've got the Amano Shrimp female, and she's been releasing their eggs overnight, and they're all hatching. I don't know if you can see in amongst the water column there, but you can see the little Amano Shrimps hopping about all over the place. So we'll see how many we can get out first. If I do come across some, I'll try and get some video footage of taking some out and putting them in the salt water side, but I'll try and get some in a little pot first so we can get some close-up footage of these guys. But they're absolutely microscopic at the moment, so I'll do my best for you. But there she is, she's slowly releasing them babies today. They've hatched at last. Now I've got my light on, so the plan is, because they're photo tactic as well, they will be drawn towards the light. And you see them flicking around there. Mum's still up on the sponge filter. As you can see her, she's blurry. She's just behind the you see her around the top of the screen there, and she's still waving those little her little swimmers around and throwing more out. But hopefully now these guys will be drawn towards the light, and then we can siphon some of them out. They're probably not all going to hatch today, maybe some later on this afternoon, or maybe some tonight, but we'll just keep taking them out as we can. So we should, hopefully, if I leave this on now for a certain period of time, it'll attract quite a few to this corner here. I'm going to turn the airflow down as well off the filter. It's running quite aggressively at the moment, so it's creating quite a flow in there. So we're going to turn that down, and so that will make that water a little bit more still and give these guys a little bit more time so they can flick towards the light, and we can collect as many as we can and put them in the other side, and I'll take you through that process as we do it. Okay guys, we're back. If you look in this little bottom corner here, you can see quite a few of the babies moving around. I've got a torch above it and this light now from the camera, so we're going to try and get a few more to come towards the light. This is going to be a process that is going to happen probably throughout the day, because there's probably some at the back of the tank as well, and they're going to take some time to get all the way across to the light. So because it's a fair sized tank and there's quite a bit of moss and different things in here as well, so it's going to be a process. So I'm not going to be able to film it all, but I'm going to try and get as much as I can. You can see them right in the bottom corner there, just skipping around, the larvae. And if you look at the other side of the tank, just here, you can see the salt water side, and there's hundreds and hundreds of copepods and rotifers that side as well, all coming for the light that side. Pardon me. So I'm going to try and siphon a few out now, see if you guys can see it. I'll try and do both, and I'll get this siphon going, and we'll try and pull out a few, and then we'll try and get a bit of better footage for you through the jar. Okay. Okay, we've probably got a few in there now, so I'll take that out for a minute. I'll just let that water run through that pipe to make sure they all get sucked through. Okay, now I'll put it against that side. You can see them in amongst that if you look carefully while that water's You can just see him skipping around there. I know I've got it on the carpet. If I would have been better off with a black background, and it would have showed them up a lot better. I'll try and get some better footage for you later on, but for the moment I'm just going to concentrate now on getting as many of these guys out as I can, and then I'll do a last shot before we put them into the saltwater side. So I'll see you in a while, guys. Cheers for watching. Bye bye. Very good, I'm afraid. The Amano shrimps hatched out, but there wasn't a great hatch rate at all. We had either they just didn't hatch or she released them and they just died. I think about 20. I managed to save about 20 of them, and they are now on the other side, drifting around slowly in amongst the copepods. But not all's lost, because we got 2 more girls in here, still full of berries. But we're going to have to wait probably another couple of weeks, maybe 2 to 3 weeks before they hatch. I got one there, and there's one on the sponge filter further back. I'll try and get you a view of her as well. There she is up there in amongst all that lot. There's absolutely millions of water fleas in the system at the moment. You can see them on the glass and everywhere. And I thought quite a few of them were Amano shrimp babies, but it didn't seem to be many actually hatch out, which was a real shame. So I know you guys were itching to see them all. I managed to get some footage as well, but not any brilliant footage. And these things are so small to try and see them. I mean, I'll show you the tank now where they're. I'll set you up now the best I can. Right, you can see the you can see everything swimming around there. There's a lot of copepods, there's a lot of rotifers, but there is probably around 20, I'd say 25 Amano larvae in amongst them. You can't really make them out, which is a shame. They're that small and the camera doesn't seem to want to focus on just one thing. They seem to be, well, I can see them, but it doesn't really help you. I got some earlier footage there, you saw them, but we're just going to have to see how these go on. I'm starting to put the phytoplankton in now, and we'll see if we can get them a bit bigger, the ones that are in there, and we hope we have a few that we can bring on over the next few weeks, and by that time the new ones should be ready to hatch. And those females were quite close together, so hopefully we'll end up with quite a few larvae next time, hopefully. I acclimated these two slightly differently and a bit longer as well to this tank, so maybe that'll make a difference. We shall see. You might be able to see the odd one just drift past. As you can see the copepods, they move, they skip around quite quick, like little sharp jerky movements. Now that's the copepods, but the Amano babies literally are head down with their little tail. They've got little tiny stripes on the tails as well, which you won't make out from the camera, but they just literally just drift around with their heads down and their tails up, which is apparently that's what they do at this stage for the first couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and then they start to change then. But hopefully as they get a bit bigger we can get some better footage on that then. Yeah, I might as well give you a quick update while I'm here. We've got a nice big F1 female Taiwan B on the back on the filter there. They should hatch this week. She's absolutely full of berries, and that one on the sponge filter there is full of berries as well. I know there's a couple more around here, and they're all sort of buried up at around a similar time, so hopefully we'll have some more. We've had some crystal blacks and crystal reds hatch in the other tank around here, so I'll pan round slowly. We've got these guys having a munch on their broccoli. I put some more in there today. I like to feed them heavy on the weekend. And the other piece yesterday I took out, replaced it with this bit this afternoon, and they've been jumping through that as well, so it doesn't take them too long. We've got some crystal reds in here, still very, very tiny. Yeah, so that was a little bit of an anticlimax this morning, but like I say, these things happen, so we've got to put up with these things. It may be it's something I did, or maybe she wasn't very healthy at the time and the eggs didn't develop properly. It could have been a multitude of different things that could have happened. But that's the way it goes in keeping little creatures like this. Sometimes you straight get lucky. I mean, I can't complain with my yellow sakuras, the way they're breeding, I mean, I can't stop them. They're going absolutely crazy. They're growing up so fast and berrying up so quick. Again, they're just, berries, they're everywhere. Absolutely over the moon with the progress of those guys. There's my old mate there, look, Mr. Twisted Tail. See him there? Poor little fella. He's got a bit of a deformed tail going on. You can see that. All twisted round. I'm not sure how he molts with that like that, but he seems to be okay. I've got a soft spot for him. Oh well guys, I'm going to leave you on that, and I'll give you another update during the week to see how these guys are getting on. The Amanos are getting on, the babies that we've got so far. Touch wood, they'll make it through a bit further in their larval process and put on a bit of size, and we can get a bit more footage of them. But we're gonna have to wait a few more weeks now, probably maybe I would say about three weeks to maybe a month before we see any more of those. So you'll have to hang in your seats, on the edge of your seats for that one, until that happens again, and then hopefully we'll get a better hatch rate, and then we can start all over again. Anyway guys, as always, I love you all. You're all stars. Thanks for putting up with me, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care guys, bye for now.
Just me and my guitar.